That was fun. No, seriously, I want to watch the movie mode, so I'm going to...
No stealing the digital copy. That's mine.
No, I don't want to keep it. I just want to watch the movie.
No downloading the digital copy, I'm saying.
You're going to download it once? Really?
I think so.
I wouldn't... I don't watch things on my phone anyway, so...
Hey, man. That's how I tolerate the riding the bus, the digital copy. I used to think it was a big joke, and now I'm just like so like junked out on the idea of the digital copy. Because like the...
I don't understand how they can tell.
As opposed to like say downloading whatever.
Code.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah. Like as opposed to like downloading or doing whatever, copying for somebody else. Like the quality is never great, and that's like doing the digital copy from those Lord of the Rings ones that I got. Just the soundscape is just so incredibly rich, and you wouldn't get that on your average copy. So I think it does. It might reduce copy infringement. Maybe, I don't know. But it does definitely improve my appreciation of.
But what it does do, I think, is that it lets the people at the studio control the quality of the image that gets put out there. So if it does get, say someone does get their hands on the digital copy and releases it to other people, like they can crack it, it's going to be a high quality, studio approved version. So people that are getting it for free are going to be watching something that is not going to.
Yeah, it's like bands who take charge of their bootlegs. They're like, oh, all these bootlegs are coming out, they're so terrible, so we're doing our own bootlegs. Yeah, makes sense.
Pearl Jam did that.
Yeah.
They're like, people are going to bootleg our show, we might as well get on board.
Yeah, and I mean, at first I was thinking that, yeah, like there's movies that, oh, you can't possibly watch that on a tiny screen, you know. I can do it because I've seen it before on the big screen, so I can watch it on the small screen, and so long as the sound is large, and it is.
Well, it's something you wouldn't want to recommend your first viewing being on an iPhone. No. But if you're going to watch it again and again, why not? And
now, after having, last night when I watched it, I actually watched it with the headsets, so I could watch it real loud. And 100%, like, absolutely, the Caprice Theatre totally ruined my experience. Because, like, hearing it for the second time, yeah, it's like so much better. Like there was this whole sequence in the slaughterhouse where suddenly Mark Strong's voice is everywhere. Yeah, didn't work in the theater because their speakers weren't all humming at the same time. So, I mean, it was absolutely so much better. Great, perfect.
Yeah. Sound makes a huge. Sound is just as important as the pictures. People always forget that.
It's like, what do you call video without audio? Surveillance. Some guy at CBC told me that one time. Well, that's less of a joke and more of like kind of an adage, you know, like that's what sound guys say. Without audio, it's just surveillance.
It's true. Audio is just as important.
So yeah, well, yeah. So yeah, borrow it. Enjoy
I just want to check out the.
It's so cool, man.
This extra feature thing I've never seen. I never watched the Watchmen like that. So.
Yeah, the Watchmen one is a lot. I mean, Zack Snyder's way more of a movie geek, so he gets way more into it. Like way more lively about it, because Guy is sort of more chill and sort of hanging out. But I mean, he's really kind of a pally, goofy kind of guy. So no, Guy Ritchie. So he is kind of funny to watch him, some of the behind the scenes stuff, and have him talk about it. And,
well, it's probably a big undertaking, you know, having to orchestrate that. You can't just get anyone to do it.
It's in front of a green screen too, I can tell, because like he's in front of the two screens, and then behind is sort of like the kind of weird old school style setup of the Sherlock Holmes kind of world. But yeah, it's really a lot of extra info in there. I mean, just like the fandom thing alone, like that was just really cool.
You ever heard of the Phantom HD camera?
I hadn't heard of it.
I was watching the sports show. There's a show called Science of Sport or whatever, where they have these guys and they come in and they like try and throw a baseball through a turkey or whatever, see if they're fast enough or something stupid, but they always have this amazingly slow shots, and it's in HD on the Discovery Channel or whatever. I'm like, what camera are they using? Because I'm pretty familiar with the camera, so I did some research, and I found out Phantom HD can shoot up to like 15,000 frames a second in HD. Like, it's ridiculous how slow you can shoot. So I've been trying to think of a project where I can shoot on that camera, because
I could take a leak.
I want to shoot at like 800 frames a second, someone doing something. I've shot like 240. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But 3,000?
That's
a lot of frames in a second.
There's the opening sequence where they, you know, when they rescue the girl in the basement of that church. It's a 1,000-year-old church they shoot in. 12th century, like chapel on this hospital ground.
We've got another DVD review here?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's supposed to be like as if it was a different, like it was like, so it's supposed to be a different church. But this one, I mean, some of the locations they shot in, just unbelievable.
Yeah, well, it's England for you, though. Everything is 1,000 years old. I was in Manchester, I was at a pub that was like from the 1400s or something. And it was still a pub, like it wasn't nothing special about it. I was kind of impressed.